Okay. All right. Technical issues tonight. Hang on. Let's make sure this thing works. You guys ready for the first time ever on the new microphone, new setup behind me, new hog merch behind me? Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? This is what the Patreon goes towards right here, or the donations. Thank you, Mr. T-Dub. So we got a lot of new stuff. Hogs, huge win. Let me know. First off, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I want to make sure that the sound is okay. I am wearing my Rams jersey. The Rams are they're in the middle of their playoff game against the Seahawks. I'm not watching that, so I can be here with you guys. So, Super Chat up and running now. AdSense, I've got that all figured out. This is what it does. I get this really cool microphone, new boom. We got some merch. Check out I showed you guys this last week. Check out the panorama. Look, check that out. That is so cool. Shout out to Arky56, my pops, who got me that for Christmas. We got some more merch, too, on the way. I'm not sure where I like this boom yet. I don't know if I like it hanging down like this. I don't know. So, big game tonight for the Hogs. This was a much, much, much needed win. It was a must win. I was trying to combine the two words there. And, yeah, going to be smoking this bad boy later tonight, too. Can't wait. That is a cigar. For those of you that seem to think I smoke blunts, I do not. I do not partake. What a ball game. A lot of new stuff going on. Arkansas breaks a 2-game losing streak. That's awesome. T-Dub. So, T-Dub, I have to stay on track on my live chat now, like the super chat. This is cool. I'm not going to lie to you. This is pretty cool. Don't let that deter you from Patreon. If you guys are still Patreon supporters, stick with it. Minimum of $4 a month. Again, it goes towards helping me out, getting some cool stuff back here. I don't know what I'm going to do. My wife pinned the SEC sign up to the wall here to the left. It's been here since almost day one, and it's weird not having it right here. It's weird. So, all right. Make that money, bruh, says Mr. T-Dub. Arkansas Wolf, nothing to say, but he donated $10. Hey, thank you, guys. I do appreciate that. This stuff is, I'm not going to lie to you, this equipment is expensive, and that helps out big time, so I do appreciate it. I might be the only Razorback fan in France. Anyone else, maybe? Ridip? Is it supposed to be Redip? Caclo? Caclau? Redip? Caclau? Derek Bowman, Georgia had a bad game, and we had a good one. Still miffed about the Vols game, but this helps. The Tennessee Volunteer game, you hate it so much because Arkansas honestly played pretty good basketball against a quality opponent on the road. Let me know, how do I sound? I've not had anyone say anything about the sound. Are you hearing me loud and clear? I hope so. Does it sound good? Do I need to turn the mic up, turn it down? Old Slick Willie recognized that cigar. It's not fat enough for someone like him. He smokes those big cigars. Hey, brother Hog, sounds good. Good. I appreciate that, Doug. Sounds clean, says Gavin Pratt. You sound great, says Jenna. All right. I'm gonna say this. We've said with Justin Smith out, who's gonna step up? Who's the next guy up? Who's gonna come in and be that guy? And it was our guy Jackson. This guy, back-to-back games, has been really impressive. Tonight, he was great. What was he, 4 or 5? Was it 4 or 5 at three-point range? I mean, you're getting into Isaiah Joe territory. No, I'm not saying he's Isaiah Joe, but I am so impressed with how he's played these back-to-back games. How awesome has his performance been these 2 games? Had he done a little bit more, you wonder how that Tennessee game would have turned out. But, I mean, look, man, you can only carry so much on your shoulders. Moses Moody, your MVP of the night, your leading scorer. What a ball game by everybody. Moody had 25. We're going to go over those numbers in just a second. I hope you guys are doing well. Pick 6. Who got pick 6'd? Don't do that to me. Don't do that. I didn't even DVR the game. I forgot to do that. It was probably the Rams using a backup. Hey, Ty, I missed the game. You missed. and I'm going to say this. I do think Georgia's a quality opponent. I think Georgia is a quality opponent. I don't know. Now they're like, 0-3 in SEC play, I think. They're going to play Auburn next, who's also winless. It would be nice if both Auburn and Georgia rack up some SEC wins, make these wins look a little bit better. Georgia, who came into this game 7-2, I just, it was funny when Arkansas had size out there, when they had Connor and Jalen Williams, like Auburn, Georgia, good grief, my mind's going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Georgia couldn't rebound anything. They couldn't make anything happen in the paint. Arkansas was doing a great job. Jalen Williams, his box out skill, that guy makes it happen. I think they look better. They look better. They've looked really solid all year in the paint on defense. On offense, there's still some things they got to clean up. They're not automatic, even when they're bigger than you are, and they were clearly bigger than Georgia was. They're longer. Their guards are longer. Obviously, their forward play is they're bigger. Mr. T-Dub, like the video, y'all. Yeah, do that, please. T-Dub, up to $15 donation. If you're just joining, I got my AdSense revenue on YouTube fixed. My super chat is fixed. It works now. Remember before, I don't know how many of you were here 9 months ago or a year ago, and I was like, I don't have super chat. I don't have all that stuff connected. It's working now. Really excited about that if you're just joining. But there's still some things they need to clean up on the offensive end in the paint. They're not automatic, and that makes you a little bit nervous when you're as tall as you are and as athletic as they are. It's they got to get better at it. They just got to get better at finishing at the rim. I went hard on them on the last podcast, at the last Hawk Talk podcast. I went hard on them. Said they're the worst. It's the worst team I've seen in the paint, especially layups. Like their layup percentage was sub 50%, I think, coming out of that Tennessee game. Or maybe it was going into the Tennessee game. That's terrible. That's supposed to be the easiest points behind a dunk. And they just couldn't finish at the rim. Jay Massey, thank you guys for the donations. Devo Davis has been more than just a contributor like I thought he'd be. We're getting better each week. This team in a few weeks with Smith is scary, and I agree. Really impressed with Devo. He's had moments this year where it's like, this guy, okay, there's more potential there, and we know it's there, and we got to see little flashes of it in non-conference play, and now we're in SEC play, and he's stepped up. But again, I can't say enough about just, Seals hasn't been hot, right? And then you've got other guys stepping up. Moody tonight, best game as a Razorback? Best game as a Razorback? I think so, when you consider Georgia 7-2 coming into this game. I think Georgia, really quick, and I know some people are going to hate on the, well, okay, big deal. You beat a team by 30 that hasn't won a conference game yet. First off, the SEC, I think the top half of the SEC, so far from what I could tell, look pretty damn competitive. This is going to be a dog eat, and it is every year. I get it, but more so this year maybe than last season. I think it's going to be dog eat dog world, and towards the end of the year, when you start getting, when you're coming in those last few weeks, last 2-3 weeks in February, it's going to get crazy unless Georgia and Auburn just stay flat on their faces, and Kentucky, who by the way is 2-0 in conference play. I told you guys, just wait till the SEC play, and now they're 2-0. They're not an automatic win for everybody. I still don't think they're very good, if I'm being real. Carson Moreto with a $15 donation. No comment, though. Don't forget, you guys can leave a comment with those super chats. And I love reading comments. I like trying to keep up with you guys. I see we did way better against the Dogs than last year. Mrs. Growlove, absolutely. Devo Davis and Moses Moody played out of their damn mind today. I agree. Celtics for life. How about the Celtics? 2021. What's the record right now? 4-1 in 2021. Pretty impressive, huh? Yeah, loving it. Come on, folks. 56. Yeah, let's get the likes up. Come on now. We can do better than that. We're at 20. We're at $20. $20 and 20 likes. That's what we're at. Good stuff. Keep up the good work, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Carson. I really do. Doug Stubbs says Connor will not play much when he matches up against a mobile big cat. Yeah, and that was something a cousin of mine actually texted me and said, why is Connor not playing? And I said, the tempo of this game is too fast for him. This is going to be a high tempo, get your heels back on defense, get your toes up on offense. As a coach used to tell me in 6th grade, Jefferson Jaguar basketball. God, that's been so long ago. He would say heels back on defense, toes forward on offense. He's just not that. That's just not what he is. He doesn't get up and down the floor enough. When you play bigger, slower teams, his advantage, again, is that he's going to stretch the floor out. He could probably knock down a couple of threes, but Jackson tonight was the man. And Jackson can play at that tempo. Really impressed. I don't have the minute sheet in front of me. That's the advantage of being able to go to the game. That's the advantage of being able to go to the game as a media member. Touchdown Seattle. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry, but I'm a Seahawks fan. Paul White with a $5 donation. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Connor struggles with hot and spicy tempos. Boy, that is a very good take. I agree. And touchdown Seattle. Okay, you don't have to rub it in, all right? We don't have Jared Goff. I didn't expect him. I thought it'd be tough if they even cleared Goff. I don't feel so good about this other guy. How about them fantastic freshmen, says Mike Mary Hoggard. Devo with 20 points, Moses Moody with 25, Jalen Williams with 9 rebounds. Let's go to the stat sheet. While we're on the subject, let's go to the stat sheet. Again, Hogs blow a 7-2 Georgia Bulldog team out of Bud Walton. You know what this game reminded me of a little bit? Flashback to, 93 when Mizzou came to town and we were unveiling Bud Walton, and Mizzou was this, that team, I think they went on to play in the Sweet 16. I can't remember. They were a quality opponent. Arkansas ran them off the floor. They were just so much better. Georgia is not that Mizzou team. At least I don't think they are, unless they get their act together. Golly, they just don't have – and this was something, too. I don't think they really have – they got pretty decent depth. They can rotate 9, 10 guys, but I think they can rotate at least about 9 every night in SEC play, but they just don't have a ton of talent. And other than Kamara got in foul trouble early. That was so huge. He had 2 fouls early. They didn't bench him. He played out most of the first half. I think, if I remember right, went into the second half with 3 fouls, and I kept texting everybody, that's huge. This guy is an elite scorer. This guy can put up some points. I think some Georgia fans have questioned his defensive play, but he is a really solid scorer for them. And then he goes halfway through I think we're at the 10-minute mark, and he hit his 4th foul. He couldn't play. He was on the bench, it seemed like 50% of this game at least. Let's get to the stat sheet. We'll go with Georgia first. Kamara, of your starting 5, is your leading scorer. They got Garcia off the bench, who played really well. That guy had a double-double. He turned the ball over 4 times. That's not acceptable. But 15 points off the bench, 11 rebounds. He had 8 defensive, 3 offensive rebounds. So Garcia was a much-needed spark for them off the bench. Other than that, not a lot of bench productivity there for Georgia. Kamara is your leading scorer. That's Kamara with the C, by the way. I always thought it was with a K, like, Alvin Kamara. But he had 15 points. Wheeler was their second leading scorer with 14 on the night. He had a pretty good night. 5 assists for him, along with 4 rebounds. So, from the floor, they didn't shoot terrible, 43%. They're 27 to 63 because a lot of those points were coming from the inside. Loved Jalen Williams' effort on the defensive end. I wish he was someone you could rely on to get, maybe 9, 10 points a night with like, I'll take 9 rebounds. I think that's what he ended up with. I have it up. I should be looking at it. I think he had 8 or 9 rebounds, but no real point production on the offensive end from him. Would love to see that come up, but he played great in the paint, even though they were making a lot of points in the paint. They were not very productive outside. 5 of 19, 26% at 3-point range. Anytime you're making under 20 shots outside in the perimeter and you're shooting sub 30% against the Hogs, and someone like Seals hits up, J.D. Note, Connor Vanover knocks down a couple threes. Apparently now, Jackson, he's a 3-point hog outside. Like, when Arkansas heats up outside and you're shooting sub 30, 32%, you're in for a long night, as long as the Hogs are knocking them down. You go back to the super disappointing Mizzou game. clearly it didn't really matter what happened in that. Mizzou just played such great defense. Georgia on defense was terrible. They were not good. Like, if Arkansas, if anything, I really thought tonight would be a night where they would just ball out in the paint and make things actually happen because of their, they're just not really built to handle teams inside. And Arkansas's got so much size, even without Justin Smith. And so, Arkansas kind of just had their way with Georgia on both ends, obviously. But they would shoot 27 to 63 from the floor. Again, that's Georgia, 43%, sub 30% on 19 attempts, 5 of 19. And then at the free throw line, they only took 13 shots at the stripe, which is look, it was better defense from Arkansas. Tate, lightened up in the first half. Tate has to average 2 to 3 fouls in the first half this year. The whole game he had only 2 fouls. Right, Jalen Williams has kind of struggled in that department. He's good for 10 minutes on the floor with 2 or 3 timeouts, or 2 or 3 fouls. So, yeah, I think if you hear the buzzsaw, that's my neighbor. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. My boy Alex is laying down some flooring. Think I'll go over there and offer him a beer when we're done here while I watch him lay down his flooring, assuming the Rams aren't getting blown out. Then I'll watch the Ram game instead. But, yeah, really, really impressed with how well they played on defense without fouling. Then again, if I'm Georgia, one of the things I'm complaining about is, we should have played a lot better, but my God, Arkansas got away. That's what home cooking looks like. Arkansas got away with a lot, especially in those final 8 minutes. It felt like the officials were like, this thing is over. This thing is over. We're just ready to get back home. Scroll up here. Jenna with the $5 dono. Look at you, Jenna. Already a Patreon supporter laying down the donos. You are a rock star. So Arkansas's end, this is where things get interesting. 2 players with 20-plus points. I think that's the first time it's happened in conference play. I could be wrong. I think that's the first on the year. I think there was a game where Connor Vanover had 20 and maybe Moody had 20. I can't remember, but it's kind of rare for them to have 2 guys in the 20-plus category. If memory serves me correctly, I could be wrong on that. Sometimes I just kind of glance at the stat sheet while we're talking, and I don't really absorb the information sometimes. So I might be wrong there, but impressive play by Moody at 25 points. Devo Davis, another guy that stepped up. The guard play tonight was phenomenal. The guard play tonight was very impressive. So 20 for Devo, 25 for Moody, and Jackson, your 4 guy, at 15. Vanover, again, didn't do much. Had an offensive rebound, had only 2 rebounds. This pace, again, like I told my cousin, when the pace is like that, it's too fast for him. He's good to come in, maybe for a little bit, until a foul, then you pull him out in these kind of games. LSU comes to mind. LSU is going to be a game I'd be surprised if he logged more than a few minutes. That's going to be a fast-paced game. You're going to have a couple of these, more than a couple. Jalen Williams impressed me. Ethan Henderson did actually play tonight. 2 points. How about that, Ethan? But Jalen had I thought he had 10 but when the game ended, and then I glanced over the stat sheet, and I thought he had 8. He actually had 9 total rebounds. Arkansas from the floor tonight shot 52%, but then thanks to Vance Jackson, Vanny Jack, my man, you shot 12 of 21 from three-point range, 57%. You shot 57% on 21 attempts. That's impressive. They're starting to trend at the free throw line as an 80% team. You're going to take that. I don't remember what they were a year ago. Someone's going to have to refresh my memory. I thought they were it wasn't very good if I remember right, but they're 83% in this game, 15 of 18. You had 40 total rebounds to their 30. You turn the ball over a little more than I would like, 14 to their 21. But you're going to take, no one really get into any serious foul trouble. You're going to take, obviously, scoring 99 on what we believe to be a quality SEC opponent in the Georgia Bulldogs. Really impressed with this team tonight. Tonight, they looked like a tournament team. Not just a one-and-done tournament team. like oh my God, we're matched up against who? The Hogs? We got to play these guys? If they continue to play like this, and we've not seen the kind of consistency, at least not last year. Like we didn't see that high octane, high scoring consistency, and a lot of that was because they couldn't crash the boards, they couldn't get rebounds, they weren't long enough. Their bench, it was just kind of hit or miss what your bench would do. If you could continue to get what they have, 24 points off the bench, a bunch of rebounds, 16 rebounds off the bench. They had a couple of steals, turn the ball over a little bit much off the bench than I would like. Jalen had 3 turnovers. JD Note, who had 12 points, by the way, he also had a couple of turnovers. But you continue to play like this. If the Hogs continue, I was shamed, by the way, last week for saying you. I guess I'm supposed to say Hogs because we're all Hogs. But I like to reference the Hogs as you, so I apologize if that triggers that individual. But if the Hogs continue to play as well as they did tonight, and we see this consistency from them, and golly, Jalen Williams has come on strong. He's come on so well that like Ethan Henderson, who's someone I thought would get quality minutes this year, barely sees the floor. I don't know how many minutes did he log tonight. I'd be surprised if it was like 5 minutes. Maybe I can refresh this. We'll see if it's updated here. Let's see. Refresh. Enhance. Nope, still not up to date there. I loved, the blocking out from Jalen, rebounding inside, not letting Georgia, get too many second chance shots. They did have 7 offensive rebounds, which is more than I realized. Again, I thought it was like 3 or 4, but they ended up with 7 second chance shots there, second chance possessions anyways. So, yeah, the production from your bench, Moses Moody having a hell of a game. Tate, who continues, it's like a scheduled tweet every week. I feel like I got to say this, or every game, he plays great defense. And it looks like he's trying to pick things up on the offensive end as well with 15 points. Vance Jackson, again, my gosh, 5 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 5 from three-point range. What a game. What a game for the Hogs. We'll see if they can keep this up. Let's go back to the chat here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Let's see. Random question, but whenever you started YouTube, let's see. When you started YouTube, were there times when one of your videos got a good amount of views and another one got barely any? Yes. Yes. Still happens to this day. It's just, I don't want to go on a tangent about that. It's just so weird. I only cover the Razorbacks. I don't cover anybody else. I don't cover the West, the SEC West. I don't cover the SEC. I don't cover AP Top 25. It's just the Hogs here. So it's so hit or miss unless you're talking about like a viral moment, like Odom coming back, the edited video that I made. By the way, got demonetized. Not that matters. Not a lot of money on the line there, but of course YouTube demonetized one of my better videos of 2020. Assholes. But it's so hit or miss. You just have to, you've got to be there on the nose when there's going to be breaking news, and you got to pop out content. You got to be consistent with it. And I struggle with that. What a be, Ty? What's up, Thomas Nunley? How you doing? Connor Vanover, LOL. I don't know what. Okay. Ty, I wish. The transfer. Yeah, no, right? Wouldn't that be great? Rams are winning. Goff is in. What? Goff is playing? I saw that he wasn't playing. Really? You better not be. You're punking me, aren't you? I saw where the backup got cleared. He was going to play. Seahawks, Wilson shakes off pick 6, hits Metcalf. Of course he does. 51-yard touchdown. What's the score? Of course I can't pull the... Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, they're winning 20-10. Oh, I'll take it, baby. I'll take it. Corliss and Scotty pretends to be shocked. What? Kyle Sutherland in the chat. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, brother? How you doing, bro? Hog Talk up in the hizzy. By the way, don't forget, go check out the Hog Talk. That link is provided for you down below in the description box. Sean, they showed up against Tennessee. Only terrible game this year was against Mizzou. Yep. Tennessee, they played well. You just can't forget Tennessee is I think they're a legit top 20 team, top 15 team. I know they're ranked pretty high. Do y'all get all the Hog basketball games on TV in Arkansas? I just got Hulu, and I get every game. I love it. I have YouTube TV, and it's been pretty solid. I've watched every game. And it was that way last year too. If you don't have any live, if you've pulled the plug and you only listen to radio whenever they're on like a local channel, I've said this before, Luke Never Shaves on Twitch. It's completely free. Kentucky beating Florida right now at halftime. I'm telling you guys. Now, I don't know really what to think about Florida right now, but Kentucky in conference play. I don't know. The light just comes on for them. Don't forget the first half of ORU. That was some bad basketball. That was some bad. Yeah, there it is. Luke Never Shaves. Luke Never Shaves is if I will warn you. I don't know if the guy's internet, and I love Luke. I love that he does this. For anyone to offer that, to live stream, like he live streams everything, most of it. For him to do that is awesome. Fair warning, it's going to buffer a lot. It's going to slow down. I love Luke. Luke's the man. But, they just buffer a lot. And you tend to be – I think there's been times where I'm like a solid minute and a half behind the game. So I'm getting live or Discord. Our Discord's way ahead of me. If I'm only watching Luke or I'm getting text messages and I'm like, wait, what? What just happened? What are you talking about? We have possession. What do you mean we turned it over? What do you mean Justin Smith's getting up real slow? What are you talking about? He's right there. He's got the ball. What's going on? And you find out, oh, shit. Yeah, so just a heads up. But I do love that he does that. Here's Discord, by the way, if you guys want to join our Discord. I wish we could get Hog Radio with TV broadcast. Never heard of Twitch, so you're saying I got Hulu for nothing. No, because I think with Hulu you get access to all sorts of stuff, though, right? So, yeah. Let's see here. Mrs. Grolan, that's what I heard. Oh, J.R. Shelton mentioned in the chat KK had surgery out for the year. Yeah, he did. I'm sorry. I thought I mentioned that earlier. He did. Going over notes, too, really quick. Your biggest lead of this game, by the way, is 35 points. 35 against an SEC, a 7-2 SEC program, although they haven't won a conference game. They turned the ball over 9 times in the first half to Arkansas's 5. Of course, we saw how that turned out for the Hogs. They turned it over more than I would like. I'm not happy with 14, but you're going to take when the disparity is by 7. When the other guys turn it over 7 more times, you're going to take that, especially with how hot Arkansas was outside. Their guard play, really top to bottom, I was just so impressed with this team. I really was. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I was complaining to some friends of mine. I was like, the Hogs cannot build on to leads against SEC opponents. They struggled doing it last year. I think they did it a couple of times. But, like, even when they're clearly better, have better talent on the floor, they just have a hard time building on to and adding to even just the smallest of leads. They just can't do it, or they turn the ball over. They get, they foul. All these things happen, and then the other team comes back, and that's why you had this back and forth with Georgia. And of course, you had to factor in what the other team is doing in response to what the Hogs are doing when they're hot. The other team, we've seen it. The Mizzou game, we'd knock down a 3. When we did knock down a 3, which was rare, they would come back with back-to-back 3s or, back-to-back great plays, great offensive possessions. And tonight, they pulled away and never looked back. And very easily, I think they could have. They should have broke 100 points. They should have broke 100 points. I wanted them to. It just didn't happen. Next up, at LSU. This is going to be a very interesting game. I'll tell you right now, LSU, of course, they're the home team. The way the BPI works, it's always going to favor the home. Like, they spot the home team like 9 or 10%. This is going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be similar to tonight, only that LSU's got more scoring capability. They got a little bit of size they can work with. They got a little bit more depth they're going to be able to work with. This is going to be a tough game. If you talk to their fans, yes, they feel like they should be ranked. They are 2-1 in conference play after all. They're 7-2 on the year. Arkansas now at 10-2, 2-2 on the year in conference. I think they're right now the way they're playing. What little I've seen of them, they look like a pretty good team that should be on the cusp of being in the tournament. I don't know that I'm prepared to say, yeah, they're for sure a tournament team. I think they're on the cusp of that. If we have an uninterrupted year without COVID interruptions, I think going into the SEC tournament, I'd be surprised if they weren't at like 20, 21 wins. And they're going to need a couple wins in the SEC tournament to kind of get them over the edge to make the tournament. That's the kind of team. Again, it's early. Like I said after that Mizzou game or even after the Tennessee game, it's so early to really know anything about anybody. Right now, Georgia really could fall flat on their face. Auburn, they're terrible. They're going to play each other next. The winner of that may only go on to win a couple of SEC games. It's so early. We don't really know what to expect. What I can say, Arkansas is going to be, assuming they can stay away from what they did against Mizzou, they're going to be a thorn in a lot of SEC team sides. They've still got Oklahoma State for that Big 12 SEC matchup. That's going to be interesting also to see play out. That's around the corner. It's coming up quick. But this LSU game is going to be very telling for the Hogs. I think this is going to be one of those games. You don't panic. Even if you lose by 15, 20 points, you don't panic. LSU is a very good basketball team. I don't know if, again, I'm not prepared to say yet that they're great, but they look like a really good LSU team. Remember, last year on the road, this was one of the worst officiated games. It's still to this day the worst officiated Hog game I've seen on the road. It was awful. It just was bad. Tonight, Georgia fans are probably saying the same about Arkansas officiating, and I think they're probably right. Arkansas finally got some home cooking. It's nice to say that, though, right? And I really only think this year there's been one just bad officiated game, a game, in that I didn't really care much for the way Mizzou got away with a lot of their physicality on defense. Thought there was a lot of contact not being called. Tennessee game had some moments, but it's like it's a hurdle you're going to have to overcome sometimes. Didn't blame it. I don't blame the Mizzou game or the Tennessee game on the officiating. It just, you've got to play well enough like they did tonight where that's not even a concern. And that's what they did tonight. They took care of business. They looked like a legitimate SEC team, a legitimate tournament team. Robert Ainsworth, love your channel, man. Thank you so much for that dono. Holy cow. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. That's big time. We had some more comments. Ryan says Twitch is for us poors and or cheap bastards. I mean, it is, right? It's like it's Dollar General. It's Dollar General, and God bless Luke Never Shaves for doing it. God bless him, right? That's huge for him to do that. Like you guys throwing up in the super chat. I'm so happy I got super chat up and running. I know you guys, I was getting people asking me about it like for a while there, every other stream. And I'm like, well, no, it was like every stream. Like, hey, bro, activate your super chat. And I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know why. I can't get my AdSense stuff figured out. So, Doug Stubbs, when you go to the games as press, do you get to participate in the post-game interviews? I don't get to go to the men's. Hog Talk has been cleared. The Hog Talk podcast is cleared to go to women's games. Porter is our women's. He handles the women's sports, the majority of it. I helped last year. I went to some games. Yes, we got to go in and ask questions. Porter was really good with his questions, so I let him take care of business. And I would sometimes just take pictures and record and whatever. But yeah, we're working on it. We're still working on getting the men's passes. It's just easier said than done. Again, appreciate the dono, Robert Ainsworth, and Super Chat. That's awesome. Cooper's now eligible for Auburn. Had a 25-point game against Alabama, even though Auburn lost. Oh, okay. If we beat LSU, we got a good shot at being ranked. I agree. Yeah. Ty, what you sipping on, bruh? I don't know what you're talking about, Blackstone. I have no idea what you're talking about. What is Twitch? You just got to go look at it. You got to open it up. Just type in Twitch. You can download it as an app. Kind of like YouTube, but focused on streaming, and it's mostly gaming. Can you all hear my neighbor? Can you hear that? Because if not, that means this microphone is really awesome. It's supposed to have noise cancellation, all that fancy stuff. If you can't, I mean, he's like 10 feet, 15 feet. These houses are close. My boy Alex is taking care of business. If you can't hear him, that's awesome. Mizzou game was a rhythm game because of the officials. You had to overcome, like you legitimately had to overcome officials in that game. They were a hurdle to deal with, and it was just, I don't know. I can't hear shit but you. Oh, okay, thanks. A bunch of tight wads in here. Give time. You guys are awesome. Just having people in here is awesome. Just you guys listening. We're still slowly creeping up on 500,000 total views on a channel that all we do, we just talk Razorback sports. That's it. I don't make highlight videos. I don't, in War Machine, God bless him. And there's another guy, Hoggy Bones, has been making some quality content. You guys go check out Hoggy Bones. That guy is crushing it with some of his videos. They're really good. I told him he needs to put me in one. I want to be in one of his videos. Y'all go hit up Hoggy Bones. He's not really on Twitter. Go look him up and just bombard his channel. Get Ty in a video now. That guy, he does make awesome videos, though. Greg, I appreciate the kind words, man. Mizzou game was a game that we shot like a fourth grade girls team. Let's see how well. I haven't really. Does this thing swivel worth a damn? Yeah, I mean, it does. It's supposed to. What do you guys think of the panoramic picture here? My dad, Arky56. I don't think he's in chat, but he got me that. I think that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Your live chats are must see for me, bro. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I love your channel and chat. It's my therapy couch after bad games. Thankfully tonight was not the case. Hey, I live on a teacher's salary. And you're a great teacher. Addie still talks about you. The 2020 football redemption mini movie was awesome. Wasn't it though? I told him, I said, bro, got to put me in it. So for those of you who are just coming in, this microphone that you're seeing, it's a Shure MV7. Highly recommend it. It's a badass microphone. I got this. I saved up the Patreon money. That's what Patreon's for. Got a boom, and this boom is heavy. Like my old boom, I don't even know where it's at. It's in the garage. It's light. It was flimsy, kind of a piece of junk. It felt like if you turned it too hard, it would snap. This thing is heavy. I mean, I don't want to knock it. I don't want to hit it, but it's heavy. This microphone felt like it weighed like 5 pounds. Not going to lie, a little expensive. It took up all the Patreon money, but I'm so glad I got it, and it's because of you guys. I really do appreciate that. Without Patreon supporters, without the donations, without the PayPal, like you guys, oh my God. We're able to do this, right? Like all this stuff you see in here, the camera, the studio lighting, the background here, this is all from Patreon. It's all from donations, all that stuff. You guys, especially during these times, during these really hard times during COVID, I'm just happy to have you guys here. I mean that. Like just to have someone to talk about Razorback sports with makes my day. And the fact that anybody gives a damn what I think or what I say, I don't pretend to be some know-it-all asshole. I'm just a commentator. That's all I am. Calls it like I sees it. And I had someone ask me what I'm on. I really wish I knew what they were talking about. I'm on, right now I'm on flavored water. That's what I'm drinking. How about Devo Davis today? Hell of a game, dude. I'm telling you, really impressed with him. I hope they can continue this, and let's see some consistency from this type of play. I'm not saying score 99 week in and week out, but having that kind of production, watching Jalen box folks out. Connor Vanover not too good at that. He doesn't have the leg power, doesn't have the leg strength. Still need to work at the rim. That's still a problem. Finishing at the rim is something. If this team was, I think it was War Machine. I love War Machine's got some great. If you're not following him on Twitter, you need to. He had a really good comment. He said, "Imagine if we were just average finishing at the rim." Like, yeah, right? Like I've been saying that all year. Finish at the rim. I don't know. You probably don't lose to Tennessee. I hope they can continue. I hope they can continue to improve in that department. I hope that they can. I love the 80% shooting at the free throw line. I'm going to take that all day long. I can remember shooting like 72% and being like, okay, we're jumping up a little bit. Here we are tonight shooting 80%. I don't know what they are in the year, but yeah, I'm going to take 80%. Good quality H2O is my drug of choice, right? I got to drink more water. I'm so fat. My wife's like, you need to drink like a gallon a day. You got to drink a gallon of water a day. No, maybe it was 2 gallons because you're supposed to drink like your body weight. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh, man. You mean to tell me I'm supposed to be drinking like, I think it's 2 gallons or a gallon, whatever. That's a shit ton of water. Keep up great work, Ty. Mrs. Growlove, you just are awesome. Thank you so much. Go to Trey Biddy to get informed. Come to your boy Ty to be entertained. I don't know. Is that a compliment? I'll take it. I mean, it's true. Jayhawk's not wrong. I used to say, imagine what Boyd could do if we even had a mediocre passing game. I regret making that statement. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, H2O, water. Yeah. I know what H2O is. Come on, I may only have a Fayetteville education, but, you know. Sup, Ty? What's going on, Mike? How you doing? All right. I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna watch the rest of this Ram game. They're winning, so I can't take this jersey off until the game's over. That's the code, right? I do appreciate you guys. This year, 2021, off to a great start. All the changes that we've made here. No more ugly lime green wall, right? No more just a bunch of random posters all over the wall. Like, everything is just trending so far for me in 2021. Off to a pretty decent start. And again, you guys being here along with me has been excellent. Ty, you come off as genuine in the stranger, like the stranger you can high five at a Chili's with a lot of game monitors. You should ask my wife about that. She can't stand it. Like, I would go off talking, like we'd go out on Dixon Street and watch our friends playing bands and stuff up and down Dixon Street. And she'd get annoyed because I would stop and talk with people about the Razorback game. Because, you know, they'd see the Razorback garb, the Razorback stuff on, and I'd see their Razorback gear on, and we'd high five. Yeah, I mean, I am definitely, you see what you get here, you get what you see, right? Like, that's who I am. I'm not some fake bullshitter. I'm going to tell it like it is, and sometimes it's gotten me in trouble. Sometimes people take offense to the things I say, and I'm just like, sorry, don't know what to tell you, brother. Everything else makes my stomach feel bad. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now you said you need to drink more water. I said, I only drink water. Okay, I see. I do too, man. My fat ass has got to drink some more water, get more energy and stuff, right? All right, I'm going to go finish this Rams game. Woo Pig Suey, hell of a game. Thank you guys so much for being here. To the people that donated, what did we get up to tonight? Holy crap. $75, man. Holy shit. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. LSU game. I don't know what to think yet. I like Arkansas's chances. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth kind of game. Hopefully LSU doesn't manage to pull away. We know they're good enough, especially at home. It's going to be a tough one. I'll just say that. It's going to be a really, really tough game. Sorry, Ty. For what? Just tried super chat. Oh, dude, don't even worry about it, man. I'm just glad you're here, Greg. And thanks for serving our country, bro. Appreciate that. We all do. All Americans do, sir. Thank you so much. Ty, if they take offense, they suck. You speak the truth. Rams by 90. You damn right. All right. Woo Pig. I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys behave yourselves. Or don't. I say that you don't. That's what I say. Don't behave yourselves. Just try to stay out of jail. See you guys.